All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! You remember me? Six! Let's go, baby! Recon, 132 fighter! Ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship!
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And incomplete to open things up. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo now. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That one caught by Ellison. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work afterwards.
Motion.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Watch the curl, watch the curls. Watch twist, watch the twist.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he fires one, but incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Here we go.
3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is born. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Mike, 58, right there. 12, fellas, here we go. 21, 21.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nice, sweetheart.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Watch 55. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Check! White.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
55. Know your job.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Here we go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Panthers 3, Cowboys 0.
Here we go. 180!
Hey, eat.
One, Omaha. Watch out. You go tight. You got tight right there. '21. Here we go.
Check, 55 to Mike. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Now 3rd and 10.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check 24. Check 24.
Kill. Shift. Watch the shift. Then we're going to 53. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Kill.
Check 3. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 26. Check 26. Check. Lucky.
26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Alert flare.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man, one of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but now it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
He don't know no better.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Drop deep, drop deep. Switch.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Garoppolo, 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Bound to lose one.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Garoppolo again. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I know he ain't got it.
Prescott to throw it. He finds his man Johnson. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a Cowboy 1st down.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this fight? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K'Wan Short make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Check 3, check 3.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the curve,
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. The defense pushing the run game back on the first play of the third quarter.
But I don't think that means abandoning the run totally. Sometimes you just have to focus on execution, right? They always talk about players, not plays. Well, tell your players to block a little bit better, and maybe the ground game can get going.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Prescott from the gun on third. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Slam. Check nine. Slam.
Here's Elliott. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking the yardage now, 2nd and less than 5, that tells me you feel good about how your offense is working.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Here we go, 46. Check. Begin.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Check, hot route. Hot.
Here's Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check 13.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, alert.
Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch 54, Hey, that QB's trash, let's go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. That one caught by Ellison. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Undercrush. 13. 21.
Hey, check Mike, 39.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Got the connection here to Bourne. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Watch his slant.
Play action. Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Pick the edge. Come.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Hey, check Mike, 39.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go, kill. All right, here we go. Check.
Go to 54. Line.
Check 4.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brings up second down.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On second down, McCaffrey. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Out left, Ellison's got it. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
21. Crunch.
Garoppolo now. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
2.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Prescott now. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's out right at the 25. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. But down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to die. Up that they could get it. Didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Alert 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Save.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
At the 8-yard line.
Hey, alert!
This is McCaffrey. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here is Anderson on 3rd and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Prescott. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Two.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Dancing away at the 35. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On the jet sweep, this is Johnson, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
You got 3 down.
General West.
Check 50.
On the ground, McCaffrey. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Carolina, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.